15th of October, and the 5th season is over, and the Santa Ana winds have arrived, and they've started to calm down a little bit, but they were blowing a little stronger earlier in the day when I got some footage. The 5th season is the time from August to usually mid-October. It's a time when basically things are dead in the California garden. Not dead, but there's really not very much in the way of blossoms, unless it's a plant like this. But probably not coincidentally, the Santa Ana winds arrived, and Santa Ana winds come in fall, winter, and spring. Our prevailing wind is an offshore wind. It blows off the ocean. That is from the southwest. And now today we're getting a wind that is from the northeast. It comes off of the desert, and the high pressure system shifts over the desert, and that forces the wind down through the canyons, and the wind gets stronger as it descends, and it blows across San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange County, LA, and so forth. It creates this distinctive, strong wind that blows in. We have a cold Santa Ana and a warm Santa Ana and a hot. And usually we get the cold Santa Ana right in the middle of winter. This time of year we'll get a warm or a hot Santa Ana. Today is a warm. The temperature got up into the low 80s. Sometimes we'll get a hot Santa Ana wind. It completely sucks all the moisture out of the air. The humidity drops down very low, and the temperature rises up into 90, and sometimes it's been, here we are into the fall, and you'll get a day where it spikes out at 100. But it's not like having a 100-degree day in August, because the days are so short when you get off into late November and December that it's not really that big a deal. It's kind of a novelty, and it's a nice change. So I may have described it in such a way that it sounds like it happens all the time through fall, winter, and spring, and it doesn't. It happens only occasionally. But today happens to be one of those days. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that it happened 2 days after we got our very first rain that brought the 5th season to a close. Basically, it's funny that the 5th season occurs from August to October, and it's almost like a California winter in the sense of everything is kind of stalled. You know, there's no growth going on. Everything is dead in the water, and nothing really starts to happen until the rains come in October. And we've had our first rain, but that little bit of rain does not have an instantaneous effect upon our garden. Kind of refreshes things a little bit, but it doesn't really have a dramatic effect. So I'm over here underneath my king palms and looking up at them and at my neighbor's ponderosa pine. And of course I really like the sound of the wind through 100,000 pine needles, or however many it actually has. The olive tree in my front yard, we fought a 3-year battle to try and save it from the verticillium, the leaf wilt, and we finally lost the battle last spring. But we've still got this one back here, which I also think, the house is 55 years old, and I think the tree was probably planted, you know, a half century ago. It looks like it's one tree, but it's actually 3 trunks. And a couple of springs ago, when the Santa Ana winds were blowing, blew down one of the 3 limbs. It landed right here across the grass. So we still have it. A year ago, this time of year, I found a little California king snake out here, and I hope he's still around, maybe hiding out around or near this old olive tree log. So I've come back here to the front yard to watch the Santa Ana winds blow this little Tecate around. So, like I say, at the end of the 5th season, the 5th season is that period of dormancy that we have. It's almost like a California version of winter. In other words, that everything is just kind of stopped in its tracks. But the 5th season is over. We've got our first rain, and things will start building up energy. Our spring starts showing up in February, and so things will start gathering energy to spring forth in January, February, March, and through the rest of the spring. So reporting live from Fullerton in North Orange County, that's the way things are on October 15, 2018.